All right, so let's be perfectly honest, because I've certainly had this problem and I don't want you to, because you could spend weeks, months slaving away, blood, sweat and tears going in creating and crafting the perfect online program. You click the last few buttons, you get it out there and crickets. It bombs, it crashes and burns, and you're left confused and frustrated with what to do. And I don't want you to go through that, because I wanted to shoot today's episode into the two biggest mistakes that I made and I continue to see other health professionals make when launching online programs. Now, the first time I launched my online program, I got everything together, I worked my butt off over it, I clicked the last few buttons, I launched it. It was late at night at the time, so I went to bed and woke up in the morning, didn't sleep that good because I was stressed about what was actually going to happen, if it was going to work. Woke up in the morning, turned my phone back on, and back then I actually had the PayPal app turned on. So your phone would actually make a noise with the notification when a sale came through. So I turned my phone on, and then suddenly a couple came through. The notification went off, and I couldn't believe it. It was absolutely amazing, especially going from the personal training world of being in a gym face to face with clients, and that's how you earn your money, to suddenly there was money coming into the account, and I was sitting there on the couch actually having my morning coffee as well. And what really came about was these notifications kept streaming through all day long. Now, granted, and especially looking back, it was absolutely mind-blowing. It's still just total excitement. It was only a few $1,000s that I made that day with the launch of that program, but it was money that I didn't have the day before, that I'd created a program and then people had come from the big wide world that have bought and been able to do it. And I want you to be able to go much bigger and better from what I did in that very first launch. Now, most trainers think I'm absolutely bonkers and crazy when I say this, especially if you're wanting to build an online business and it's not to create a website. Don't focus on the website to start with. There are so many smarter things that we can go through in this episode, but it also meshes into the second big mistake, and that is actually creating and crafting your program before having an audience. You want to build an audience first. This is where the goal is. And if you've read Kevin Kelly's article, 1,000 True Fans, it will completely change the way that you look at what's needed for you to create the business that you want. So before creating the website, before getting started and actually writing out your entire program that you're going to be selling clients onto, let's focus on you growing your following, growing an audience of raving fans. Because the truth is, you wouldn't write a diet for someone before you actually ever saw them. And it comes to exactly this. So many trainers and health professionals think or just assume that they know everything with their target market. And I always say, know these details. You've got to know their problems, their fears, what they're actually looking for, how they want to consume things. And this is where you actually growing an audience. And what I recommend is starting with one platform first, whether it's Facebook or LinkedIn or Instagram or Snapchat or YouTube, whatever it is, focus on one platform where you're going to master first. Then by producing content that directly talks to that market, you're going to start attracting them. They're going to start coming to you because you're giving them the value, you're giving them the answers that they want. And the beauty about this is, let's say for example that your specialty, your target market is postnatal mothers wanting to lose weight. Now, if you're just talking to the problems, using the language that they use, the thing is you're going to attract those mums that have just had a baby that want to lose weight. And what do you think about middle 20s dudes that want to get big? Do you think they're going to be interested in the content that you're producing? No, and that's a good thing, because you want to be specific to making sure you're attracting the right people. And then once you start to really get some momentum going on that one platform, you could say, start bringing them in to your email list so you can start communicating them and cross-pollinating them across other platforms as well. But where this really comes to the power of is you can start communicating, building relationships with these people because they are your target market, they are your raving fans. You can start to learn what is it that they're really looking for, what are the answers that they think they're looking for, and then you can start to really craft the program that is going to be a perfect fit, so they know that they're going to want to buy into the program, buy into the services that you're giving. And this only again helps you to produce better content, start to produce higher value, so you get more streams, you get more of them bringing and coming in together. And by asking questions, by building relationships, even sending out quizzes and polls, you can start to learn what's needed for you to craft everything that they need. And then better yet, when it comes to you actually launching that first program, you've already got the actual group of people, the audience, the raving fans that are wanting to get on board what it is that you produce. And they've been a part of your creation, and you can directly talk to them in the way that they need. But then it's really easily, and this is how we can do a beta test. This is how you can get 10, 20 clients signed on board so quickly, is you can then start to craft together what the beginning of that program is that you want to create. Then you can put that offer out because you're talking the right language. You know what it is that they want to solve. So you can start talking directly into how you're going to solve that. You get these 10 to 20 clients signed on board this first program. You give them a unique offer to make sure, and so that you can use the social proof. You can show people after they've gone through this and say, these are the results I've been able to create from the program that you've just created. So you can continue to sell it over and over. So then you've already started to answer the problem of how do you get clients on quickly, and how can you start producing profits within your business. But then better yet, you've got the list of content, you've created what exactly the people want, and then you can create that website to create a hub, a platform for people to start coming to, because you're already answering their problems. You've started to piece together your actual sales funnel, and you've got the next steps with them to take. And when it comes to the website, what do you do in that interim, into that gap? Well, one example is ClickFunnels, something I use and I have a lot of clients use as well. I'll even pop a link below so you can get a free 14-day trial just to test it out for yourself, because it does landing pages so you can start collecting emails. You can host content on there. You can create membership sites. You can even create the sales pages to then actually get you selling your programs when it's ready to rock and roll. So then this really comes to, don't focus straight away on your website. It will come later on down the path, but it doesn't have to be your first focus. And then don't think about just creating the online program and that service that you want to create. Get the audience first, because if you create that audience, you can give them exactly what they want. Your business is going to grow, and this is where you can continue to prosper over and over by actually having a bigger and better impact. Now, if you want to get access to the coaching session that I just held with a big group of trainers, this is going through the steps from understanding what is the business that you want to create. How do you create an online and a fitness business that gives you the freedom and the lifestyle that you want, to understanding how do you create the programs, to how do you sell, to actually how do you deliver a world's best experience. We go through these steps in detail so you can actually copy it, and it's all for free as well. I'll pop a link below so you can get access to that coaching session. And as always, please, if you've got any questions, ask below. I'll jump in and I'll personally answer them. And if they're really good questions, I'll actually shoot future episodes going in depth for you as well. But as always, thank you so much for being here. Make sure that you take action on this, because this is why I want to be able to give this to you. And I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next episode. Now it's time for you to get the most out of this, and this is where I can jump in and give the answers that you need. So ask your questions in the comments below so I can personally come through and answer them for you. Plus, the best discussions happen on chrisdufay.com. So click on over to get everything that I've got there for you. And did you like this episode? Because if so, click subscribe so I can send you all the episodes to come for free straight to you. And for everything that I can't fit in these episodes, plus the free guides and coaching episodes, then click on over to chrisdufay.com now. Looking forward to seeing you soon and in the success community.